Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Huh? So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Madness Entertainment Group presents the Madness Comic Network with original programming and additional comic-related content.
Hey, we want to shout out to our sponsors, Daytona Beach Comic Con. If you are a fan of comic books, if you're a fan of comic book conventions, and if you like meeting comic book creators and getting comics and comic-related stuff, then you need to make your plans to attend Daytona Beach Comic Con. This year's show is September 9th and 10th. Silverline will be there, so you should make your plans to be there too. We'll see you there. If you like comics and find yourself in the Orlando, Florida area, doesn't everyone come to Orlando at some point in time to see the House of Mouse? But when you're here, you need to make it a point to visit Coliseum of Comics, especially the one on East Colonial Drive. They carry Silverline comics, even a limited edition Coliseum of Comics version of our comics. So, when you go, be sure to ask for Silverline Comics and tell them we sent you. OCD stands for Orlando Collector Deviants. OCD, Steve and Trish, they're a family of geeks who promote geek things, particularly those around the Orlando, Florida area. They're big supporters of Silverline, and we think you should be supporters of theirs too. Go give them some love. If you are an independent comic book maker and you need to get your independent comics made, you need to look no further than Kablam Digital Printing. They print our books, and they do a bang-up job. They're not only trusted by Silverline, but many, many independent comic book makers. Head on over to kablam.com and see for yourself just how easy it is to have your comic printed by them. And tell them Silverline sent you.
Hi, this is Tim TK, host of That Silverline Show on Tuesday. Join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday night as we discuss pop culture and the joys of making comics.
Hi, I'm Barb Kilber, co-host of Silverline's Wednesday Wham. Join us each Wednesday nights as we discuss comics, literature, movies, and anything else that may catch our attention.
I'm Roland Mann, and I host Silverline's Silver Sunday. Join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we make mine Silverline.
Hello, everyone. This is
Howdy
Barb.
do, howdy do.
Can anybody else see Martin?
I see a little swirly circle thing spinning around. That's his new avatar.
That's it. He says he can see us and everything like that, but we can't see him. Technical difficulty, folks.
No, yeah. If he can hear us, try logging off your computer and back on again, Martin.
Or like what I always
turn it off and back on
turn it
again.
off and turn it back on again.
You tried unplugging it.
That's 90% always fixes it.
You fix most things when you do that.
Everything.
Strangely enough.
Okay, tonight we're going to play a fun game where I'm going to ask a question and you guys collectively have 5 minutes to give your opinion on it. Now, if it takes less than 5 minutes, it takes less. That's okay. It can't go over 5 minutes. So are you guys all ready for fun?
What if we don't have an answer? We get to make up something?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Even
an
opinion is still an opinion.
Yeah, any opinion is an opinion.
A bad opinion.
Pull it out of your ass for all I care. I don't know.
Oh, golly, we're already going to get demonetized off of Facebook.
I know.
You're not supposed to say anything bad within the first 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Oh, come on! I've only gotten this kicked off.
Bad.
Yeah, very much.
All right, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. All right, good night, everybody. Love you.
All right, first question, everyone. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Should I write this down?
Yep. You have to. Every question I ask, you have to answer why you think this is so.
Oh, why?
Oh,
yeah.
We have 5 minutes to say why.
You have to give an answer, but you also have to say why.
All right, let me get my little notebook out already.
Oh, you're taking notes. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm just pretending.
Which was the better show, Supernatural or Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Oh,
go ahead.
Supernatural because Buffy sucked. That's my answer.
Why
is that good enough?
No, well,
because I didn't like it. That's a good enough answer.
Because
Supernatural and Buffy.
Yes. Which was the better show, Supernatural or Buffy?
They both were kind of almost the same
for comedy
show,
effect. Buffy. For seriousness, Supernatural.
Yeah, I like the first 4 or 5 seasons of Supernatural, but when it got into like the 30th season, 31st season, and then when it got to like the 40th season,
I
was
mean,
just
you
like,
can
golly,
only
come on,
you
it's
can only
gotta end
defeat
at
the
some
devil so many times.
They beat the devil, they became the devil, they went to heaven, they went to hell, they were the devil again, they weren't the devil. It's just golly,
okay.
But we know. Tom's got the
that's my opinion.
I thought the first 5 seasons were really great in Supernatural.
I did too.
It's just like angels and demons. Come on, I want to go back to the Monster of the Week.
Yeah, I like the Monster of the Week stuff. That was pretty fun. I never liked Buffy.
I mean, it worked for Lost in Space.
Well, a lot of modern shows start out with Monster of the Week, and then over time, for some reason, they always seem to morph into this weird sort of we need this ongoing Dynasty Dallas type of soap opera thing.
Something. With right.
Weird conspiracies where all these episodes connect to each other and we can't just solve it in one episode.
They're all trying to be X-Files, right?
I was going to bring that up, but that might be another question coming down the line. So it's like the X-Files was really great at the very beginning.
We made it. Yay.
Hey.
I have a full house now, huh?
Yep.
So the question before the crowd is you have to give your opinion on why you think this or not, but which is the better show, Supernatural or Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
And Barb says you can't say it just sucks. That's not a good enough answer. She won't let you go with it.
You have to say why it sucks.
Oh, why it sucks.
For you. These are all opinions. There's no wrong answers.
I say I preferred Supernatural, but Buffy had its moments too.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Definitely
what I
had
said.
its moments. Yeah,
she was way cuter.
Come on!
Oh yeah!
The boys were much better looking. Come on!
I knew you were going to go there.
I'm sorry, Dean's not my type.
Sam was my type.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, 6'5".
I can't give an opinion on either or because I think I've seen like 2 episodes of Supernatural my entire life and maybe 3 of Buffy.
Oh,
okay.
And I don't even know if I watched them all the way through. So
I guess the big draw besides Buffy on Buffy with Vampire Slayer was David Boreanaz as
Angel. Yeah. Well, the spinoff. How many spinoffs did we get from Supernatural?
3 failed ones.
Did we? I didn't know there was any. What were they?
Yeah, I didn't either.
There were 2 failed pilots that never made it on screen. One was Wayward Sisters. It was about like all the women characters got together and did their own thing. It never made it off the ground. And the latest one was The Winchesters, which was actually executive produced by Jensen Ackles, and it was a horrible failure.
Well,
and he was didn't he also do the narration for it?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Well, we got several. We got several for Buffy, didn't we? I know we got the Angel thing, and wasn't there a couple other ones from Buffy, or was that the only spinoff?
I didn't watch it.
I think that was the only spinoff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually watched that, and I actually kind of enjoyed Angel. I liked the first season of it, and they got a little weird in the end, but I have to say that for me, it was one of the funniest puppet episodes.
It wasn't
turned
funny.
into a puppet.
I did see that one. That's great. Or parts of it anyway.
All right, on to the next question.
Uh-oh.
Who did you prefer, Andre Norton or Ursula Le Guin as a fantasy writer? Boy, a lot of dead air there.
I didn't read either
I'm
one.
looking at
I really don't have an opinion.
Yeah, I've got to tap my ignorant butt out of here because I don't even know. I've never read either one of them.
Neither have I.
And neither have I. So yeah.
Oh,
but I do.
And here I said I had an opinion on everything, but I can't have one on this because I haven't read either person. No.
The Wizard of Earthsea was Ursula Le Guin. Good evening, everybody. Hi.
Howdy do.
And Andre Norton did all those, the Dragon Riders of Pern and all those. So like, I suppose you guys had nobody read them. Okay, on to the next question.
I'm sorry.
I know I got frustrated reading Dragon Riders of Pern. Just kept trying to start it and restart it, and just got frustrated with it.
Well, I thought
my friends loved it.
The original trilogy or whatever it was really fascinating, and then they just went on and on, offshoots and offshoots and offshoots, and I'm like, I couldn't read them all. So
which you answer your question then?
I think Ursula Le Guin is a heavier writer. I mean, more impact.
All right, that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
That's what you meant the whole time, right, Tommy?
That's right.
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if I didn't want anybody to be mad at me. So since I'm just,
too late.
I just, Rob's mad at me already. Sorry about that cover, Rob. I didn't mean to mess it up.
This is an easier one for you guys. Which Silverline book would make a great movie and which would make a great TV show? Wow, more dead air. Come on, you guys.
Divinity would make a great TV show, yes. I think.
Yeah, because it seems really episodic kind of thing.
I think it's episodic and it has a through. I think Twilight Grimm, the book I worked on, would probably be a better movie, a series of movies perhaps, than a TV show.
It requires more special effects, probably.
I think Roland's and Haley's Bear would probably make a good Saturday morning type cartoon TV show.
A cartoon. Yep, definitely.
I think Cat and Mouse would make a good TV show.
Yeah, they tried that.
I would agree.
Well, Cat and Mouse could go either way.
Yeah.
Cat and Mouse can feed both directions.
They actually tried to make Cat and Mouse into a TV show once, but they were like, as Hollywood is wont to do, they're like, oh, we love this, but we're going to move it out of New Orleans and to LA, and we're going to change this character to be this. And it's like, then it's not Cat and Mouse anymore. Roland turned it down.
I think the Rejects book, the idea that could be
if it stops, you guys do something else.
Get here!
I had a little one.
But the Rejects could make a good movie. I think it'd be a really good, funny superhero, movie. That would be kind of funny, I think.
Yeah.
I think Divinity would be an awesome TV show because you're right. It's kind of like it got the Fugitive feel.
Yeah, you got little
right, and so every episode would be another little subplot on the road. I think Beyond the Stars would be an excellent science fiction movie because it would require
sci-fi movie or TV show. I think that one could go into TV show. No,
well,
now Kalis would be a great movie.
Yes, that would be a good movie. Because that too requires a lot of special effects. See, the problem with TV is they have horrible budgets, and even more so nowadays. They're trying to scale back all their costs. So the cost of special effects is very minimal, whereas movies can spend more. So you want to use the books like Kalis and Beyond the Stars and Twilight Grimm, stuff that's going to require a lot of special effects. You're going to want to save those for the movies.
And would it be? Wait, so we've got the book Rejects, we've got Obsoletes. What's the other? What's the more cartoony book that we have?
Bear.
Not Bear. The other one. Or the one with the one.
We all say it different. Even Roland says
the one with the one with the characters that are like super exaggerated faces and
I thought that was Rejects.
Rejects? It might be Rejects. Yeah.
The White Devil.
Yeah.
White Devil was
No, I think it's Rejects. The Rejects would be a great Saturday morning cartoon.
You know, I know we're not supposed to talk about Tom's new book, but I think it probably would make a great movie.
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Oh, which book is that?
We can't talk about it.
Oh, we can't talk about it. Oh, okay.
It's designed as an episodic TV show, a cartoon for 6 to 9 year old boys and girls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, that was mentioned. Yes, but
I'd like to see Trump's done on like HBO.
Oh, you know, that was the one I worked on. That would probably make a crazy movie, wouldn't it? Because it's, you know, big
as a movie, it would work.
Space
Yep.
fighting thing. Yeah.
Yep. That would work as a movie.
Stupid one that I worked on, and I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the HBO Max type animated, more maybe adult oriented type.
Yeah, that would either make a really good adult animated, because it requires quite a bit of special effects or character.
Can't be too adult. Roland made me take out all the adult stuff.
Oh, too bad. All right, next question. This one's going to be one for the ages, guys.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
I expect a lot of responses. No dead air.
You got to give us a second to think.
Yeah.
Who was the better captain, Kirk or Picard?
Oh. Well, then people are just going to fight.
They were good in their
they're two separate
in
things.
their own milieu.
They had two.
They had two different eras to work in. Two different.
Right.
So
they were both leaders, though. Come on.
Well, the captain that I would want to serve under would be Picard, if you want to put it that way.
Yes,
so I would prefer him. I would prefer working under Picard. But if I wanted to survive in outer space, I'd want Kirk to be my captain.
Well, not if you're a red shirt.
Yeah.
Well, he's not. He's a blue shirt, so he's going to be fine.
Yeah. See, I'm a blue shirt. I'm in the sciences.
That's right.
Well, I want to break that down a little bit more too. Are we talking about Picard in like the first season where the character was mostly an ass, or are we talking about the later Picard that everybody loves? So you got to kind of throw that into the mix too.
There is that, yeah.
Are we talking about Picard from season 2 of the show, which was really bad?
Season 1, season 2, where he was extremely French and extremely standoffish and yelled at everybody, and all.
No, I'm talking about from the Picard.
And it had a tight gluteus maximus.
Yeah. Well, you remember, like, from when the Next Gen started, he was supposed to be more of just the background guy, and everybody else was supposed to do all the stuff, and then everybody fell in love with him. So isn't that what y'all remember reading? I think that's pretty much.
I believe that was the original concept for his character.
And then he turned out to be so great, and then like, oh, sorry, Riker.
Well, there was also from what I read this again recently that Patrick Stewart actually hadn't completely unpacked for the first 6 weeks of that they were shooting, because he thought he was going to get fired. Because Gene Roddenberry essentially wanted another Captain Kirk, but everyone else in the cast and in the writers' room wanted something more like what we got eventually. And so he was all packed and ready to go. I mean, the fact he didn't wear a toupee and
Right.
he was completely different.
Did
But
y'all
that
see
was-
him where they?
But that
where
was
they had
the
him?
idea, as far as I'm concerned. That's what really made it good. It wasn't the original Star Trek. It was a new spin on it all. So, but yeah, he essentially did not unpack for the first 6 weeks. He was in the States.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love Sir Patrick Stewart as an actor, and I loved Picard, particularly in the later seasons. It's just the first seasons were a little rough.
Well, none of the characters were
completely different.
No.
Yeah, none of the characters were all that good. The first 2 seasons. So,
Tom, you have an opinion?
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Well, I think the Captain Kirk of the '60s show sort of represents the sort of gung ho. Even though they claim they're on a mission of peace, they're really a sort of gung ho militaristic fighting force. And Kirk is always looking for some kind of trouble, and he's always trying to sort of imprint sort of '60s values onto wherever he goes. And he's more likely to just even in the funny episodes, like A Piece of the Action, he's willing to show a level of force just to make his point. And so then Picard is more like an 80s captain, where he's got a team, the team works together. It's not always a well-oiled machine, but everybody sort of works together within the confined space, and they pair them off so they each have their own episodes. I think they're Worf episodes, and there's Riker episodes, and everybody sort of gets their own spotlight to shine. And it's not always Picard coming up with the solution. Whereas
it was not
always Kirk.
Yeah, it was an ensemble cast instead of a triumvirate running everybody else was secondary.
And so I think for
and
me,
in
it's
the
Picard.
triumvirate, you had the brains, you had the voice of reason, which was Bones, and then you had the physical guy that always did the fighting, which was Kirk.
Which is Kirk Stuntman. And then, but I think Next Generation got infinitely better once Roddenberry got pushed aside and the other people took over.
I would agree.
And then it became more.
And I'm a Roddenberry fan. Yeah.
Then it became more of a contemporary show as opposed to a throwback show. So I'm with Picard. I'm Team Picard.
I'm Team Picard. Okie dokie. We've gone past 5 minutes, actually.
Oops.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I thought we each had 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I found the loophole.
Okay. Who would win, Hellboy or Spawn?
Well,
I don't know enough about Spawn to be able to answer that.
Which Spawn? Was it the Spawn we have now or the Spawn we had at the beginning? When he had a limited lifetime.
With another question.
Yeah, you remember at the beginning he only had so much power, and then you just I think Hellboy would probably win because he just outlast him and then it'd be done with when he ran out of power. But that's not the way Spawn turned out. Oh, shut that door.
I think I'm going to place my bet on Hellboy.
And why is that?
Because all the guns and stuff.
Because I think because Hellboy has never, I like Hellboy better.
Me too.
I love Mignola's art. I love the first Hellboy movie with all my heart.
Ron Perlman was made to be Hellboy.
He was brilliant.
Yeah, and I think Hellboy sort of embodies that never give up spirit. That sort
Pop
of
says Spawn would win.
That Galaxy Quest thing of never give up, never surrender. And I just think he would just fight until Spawn was a puddle. So
good point. Pop says
Hellboy has that.
Spawn
Hellboy has that thing of he keeps taking a beating and coming back.
Yeah.
He's a Timex.
At
Come
least for the
on.
movie.
He takes a licking and keeps on dicking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any other
but
opinions?
I'm going to go with Hellboy too because I never got to work on any Spawn stuff, so I did get to work on some Hellboy stuff. So I'm going with Hellboy.
Okay.
Oh, you did some work on Hellboy.
I'm biased. That was paid off. There you go.
You did. So you did some work on Hellboy.
Oh, when they did stuff with the event guys, Jimmy and Joe, and they had that Ash crossover thingy or whatever. So I got to work on that a little bit.
Awesome. All right. Next question is very important, and I already know Tom's answer.
Yes. I'm ready.
Which is better, Krispy Kremes or Dunkin' Donuts?
Krispy Kreme.
Tim Hortons.
Oh, no.
Krispy Kreme.
No.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Definitely.
DG Donuts, a new place that they have over here. Damn Good Donuts is the name of this place. God, you can't beat that place. No, I love Krispy Kremes. Krispy Kremes, chocolate glazed Krispy Kremes.
Krispy Kremes are more of a Southern thing. There is a lot
and I are
of
brothers on this.
I would have to agree Krispy Kreme because Dunkin' is really very generic.
Yeah, and it's a cake donut.
There's some, I don't know if it's cocaine or what it is that's in Krispy Kreme, but the damn things are addictive.
I know they're even more addictive when they're right off the thing. But even if they're 3 or 4 days old, they're still better.
I would tend to agree. Yes,
Dunkin',
there's some extra ingredient. Yeah,
I think it's the vanilla.
Yeah.
I think it's like a vanilla or something that they put in there, and the high amount of sugar will do it too.
Every time we're in the grocery store and we walk by the rack that's there, they've been sitting there all day, and my wife's like, "Get away from those donuts!" It's like, you don't need to eat no more.
But they're 50% discount.
I know. It's because they're old. Let me have them. I want them.
Dunkin' Donuts are just airport donuts.
Yeah.
They're not real donuts.
They're generic.
I think I don't like the Dunkins because they're more of they're the cake donut rather than the yeast donut, right?
They have both.
Do they? Well, I don't even know because I'm not going.
I like the vanilla cream filled ones with the powdered sugar on top.
So now I'm going to have to bring in the Canadian flavor here. So Tim Hortons. I don't know. You guys got them down there?
Yeah,
they might have.
I live in Canada, so
you live in Canada? Okay, so yeah. All right. So now, from the Canadian perspective, back in the day, Tim Hortons, their donuts were great, but then over time they decided to change their process and everything, and ever since then their donuts have kind of, So the taste changed, things changed, whatever. But we have a variety of donuts that you can get, and we also have something called Timbits, which is the donut holes.
Oh, I love donuts.
So,
dang, now I'm getting hungry.
I mean, we have the Boston cream, we have the jelly donuts with the white powdered sugar on the outside. Then you got the chocolate glazed, and then you got the chocolate dip, and then you got the caramel glaze, and then you got the. I mean, it keeps the bear claw. No, I don't know if it's a bear claw. You guys got bear claws down in the States?
Oh yeah.
But we don't actually call it the bear claw here. We call it something else. Then we got the apple fritter, and all these wonderful stuff. I've got a tribe in here.
What's up, guys?
Boys, let me just finish up here.
The dudes, because he's talking about something very important, guys.
He's talking about so
donuts.
important.
Donuts are very important.
So as a Canadian, I found Krispy Kremes to be way too sugary.
They are. That's what's so
much
about
sugar.
Them.
That's the secret.
And Dunkin' Donuts.
That's the
Dunkin'
crack.
Donuts. Bah. So I don't know.
Y'all do. Have y'all had any of y'all?
If I had to go with a donut, it'd be Tim Hortons back in the day. So like Tim Hortons pre 2010. So
before they got bought out by the Burger King people.
Yep.
Oh, is that what happened? That explains it.
Your phone not enough charge.
Tell him we can hear him.
I can hear you. Shh. Okay. I told you guys you gotta go do something.
I know that I had one of the what is it? The cream, topping, the sugar topping filled Krispy Kreme donuts, and I almost went into Sugar Shock.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So
much.
which filling do you guys like? Do you like it when it's the custardy kind of filling, or do you like it when it's the
Twinkie like
whatever
filling?
the other? Yeah, there you go.
The vanilla filling.
I like them both. I don't
the vanilla.
They're donuts. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
No,
So
I just want the frosting on them. I want the
Just
yeasty
vanilla,
ones
the regular-
with the vanilla.
Just
I don't
your
want chocolate.
regular
I don't.
glaze.
I just want that glaze.
No,
that's how I eat
I'm a
cake.
chocolate donut.
I just eat the frosting off the cake.
Yeah.
So Tom, I think we hit the 5-minute thing on this.
You know, you can just get the frosting in a jar. You know, you don't have to buy the actual cake.
I just want to ask Tom one thing about. Other than Tim Hortons, do we have any other donut franchises in Canada? I mean, there was Robin's Donuts, but they're like few and far between.
Yeah, no, I think I mean you can get. There's almost always a donut place in any town you go to that's usually small and bakery,
Right?
Yeah,
and artisanal. But I think that Tim's is the only. I mean, they have the lock, so
Yeah,
they're the only one.
they're Canada wide. Yeah.
Donuts.
We really went over on this one. I see this was a very passionate subject.
No, I kept my response to 5 minutes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, which comic book character would eat what donut? No, never mind.
All right. This is a next question. Which do you prefer in literature, either hard sci-fi or high fantasy?
Oh man,
hard sci-fi.
You're the Heinlein type fan, Ray.
I am a Heinlein fan. Yes, I've read several of his books, and that's the kind of science fiction that I like.
So you're like
Arthur C. Clarke is another that I like reading. But yeah, I don't get off. I play D&D, and I like the fantasy, but I prefer the harder sciences.
The techie
something
stuff.
That's based, something that's
real.
based in reality. It takes it might have one weird element to it, one fantasy element to it. Star Trek, it's faster than light travel, and that's usually the one element. But everything else could possibly work. It's an extrapolation of what we have now. That's the kind of science fiction that I like to read and watch in a movie or TV show, for that matter.
Now, when you say fantasy, what do you mean by fantasy?
Lord of the Rings,
Star Wars.
Elves,
Yeah, you're comparing
orcs.
Star Wars to Star Trek, right? That kind of sci-fi.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, because Star Wars has a lot of fantasy elements to it.
Yeah.
I like it. I watch it, but I'm more steeped in Star Trek than I am in Star Wars. And we're
Even
also
though Star
talking
Trek is a
about
little bit
fantasy,
tricky.
because fantasy like Lord of the Rings and that sort of thing is kind of lumped in with science fiction. That's really its own thing now. But when it first started, it was in the science fiction section. So that could be lumped in as science fiction as well.
Lord of the Rings is high fantasy. You got your sword and sorcery and your orcs and dragons and stuff like that. Whereas hard sci-fi is spaceships and lasers and stuff like that.
Based
Mrs.
more in
Pickle goes
reality.
to Mars.
Well, so where do you define? Because Star Trek is one type of that kind of science fiction, but then something like The Expanse is a completely different type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
and Alien. Alien would be another one.
Right. So I love Star Trek, but I also love The Expanse.
Yeah. I have never watched it, so I can't do the comparison.
The Expanse.
I hear great things. I will have to have it when I get an opportunity. I'm going to try and watch it.
Put a TV in there right next to you on the right-hand side.
So to throw a monkey wrench into this, I'll say
I've actually got one right over there.
There you go.
I have a TV tuner in my computer.
So throw a monkey wrench right down the middle. C.S. Lewis Perolandra series.
Okay.
Never read it.
I'm uneducated.
Yeah, that's why.
It's sci-fi, and fantasy all mixed into one. It's more philosophy than anything else, but
that's essentially what Star Wars is as well. Is it's fantasy elements in a science fiction setting.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that you will find that a huge majority of high fantasy readers are women. And I'm one of them. Yeah. I adore high fantasy. Doesn't mean I don't occasionally read hard sci-fi. But in fact, I just recently read one which about a sentient battleship, and the Marines it was carrying. Can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I'm basically high fantasy lover.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yeah, I got talked into reading Lord of the Rings by a girl. So when I was in high school,
I made the absolutely massive mistake of picking up the first book of Lord of the Rings during finals week in college. And
my word! Oh,
I just wanted to take my mind off of studying for 5 minutes, down the rabbit hole.
And then you failed.
Man.
Right?
And I failed.
Then you failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, David or Tommy? Fantasy or hard sci-fi?
I'm more on the Star Wars side, but I love my Star Trek though. So
yeah,
he's a 50-50.
No, I'm more like 55-45.
I'm more fantasy. I love the Lord of the Rings stuff. I love the Star Wars stuff. But I do love the Star Trek, and I totally see the correlation between the hard sci-fi and it just kind of reminded me of a book series that one of my favorite authors, Timothy Zahn, wrote called Conqueror's Pride. That series, the Conqueror series, and he had some really neat elements because he had some of the science fiction stuff, like the aliens use different kind of technology to do communications and all that. And what's interesting about the book is he alternated. It was a 3-issue series, and he alternated between the same set of events. One was the aliens that was conquering, one set was the humans that was defending, and then the third book was actually a mishmash of the two different sides.
So Russian.
That was for me.
He did a Russian.
So he did that very well, and it was very thought out, and it was very science fiction based. And of course, we know Timothy Zahn for creating Thrawn, and Mara Jade, and for the Star Wars people out there. So he has a lot of stuff that's very fantasy related, but he had a big degree of depth of the science fiction side, like in this series and some of his other series that he does.
Okay, another very serious question.
Uh-oh.
Who do you prefer, Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin?
Zeppelin.
Stones. I'm a Zeppelin gal. Oh, he's a Stones. I'm a Zeppelin gal. Robert Plant. Yep, I love his voice.
Neither.
Well, yeah, they're both blues oriented, but I just like the more progressive feel of Led Zeppelin. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I like
the Stones are a little too rough for me. I like my blues a little smoother and edgy. It's still edgy, but it's still got sharp edges rather than blunt edges, which is what I think the Stones is. That makes sense?
That's why I like them. I like them because they have that sort of, they have the thing where you don't want them necessarily in your house as human beings, but you would go see them in a concert, and they sort of have that rough, raggedy thing where they're just, I know they're not, but they just seem to be making it up as they go along, and they don't really care if you like it or not.
Yeah.
And Led Zeppelin's got that more soulful feel to it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Even he is 80 years old, 81 years old now. Yeah. Robert Plant just turned 80. He still sings. He may not have quite the register he did, but his voice still sounds like he did as a young man. It's just amazing. He has the best voice in rock and roll.
He makes Roger Daltrey cry.
Yes. Let's put that way. Yes. Any other opinions from you young whippersnappers?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
I'm
okay.
I'm more. I don't follow. I don't own an album from either one of them. I'd have to say if I'm comparing the two, I would probably go more towards Zeppelin. I mean, there's a reason why they're using a lot of their stuff. Like, Taika Waititi uses a lot of the stuff in movies to deliver the punch, for his action sequences and stuff like that. But I'm more of a range of other types. I mean, I love, for example, I love Creedence Clearwater Revival.
That was
my
the next question.
Oh, damn it.
Krispy Kreme
But,
or Creedence Clearwater Revival?
But, it's between those two particularly, I would probably have to go with Led Zeppelin. So,
Okay. Which Silverline title that you are not currently working on would you think it would be fun to fill in on?
Cat and Mouse.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a lot of fun. So there.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cat and Mouse. Because I would do the offbeat episode like you see on television, where it's just like the one where they have the most fun and it doesn't sort of really fit the rest of the series. I would do that one. I would do the equivalent of Cat and Mouse as the Trouble with Tribbles or a piece of the action, or the quirky weird episode that people would either love or hate.
Since I did do Cat and Mouse, I can't say that. So I would go with Trumps, because that looks like a lot of fun. That the artwork and everything on that looks like a lot of fun. How about you, David?
I really did enjoy Trump's. Actually, I just had this weird little nagging thing for a period where I wanted to do something that was cat and mouse, and kind of a little inspired by Tommy's playing around with things and his takes on different deformed type characters and stuff like that. I always thought, wouldn't it be interesting to come up with like a drawing, a poster or something like that of cat and mouse in like an alternate, cat being a cat type, like a saber-tooth features, a humanoid type thing, but you have this picture of maybe cats here in a gi, and he has like some lion or saber-tooth features and stuff like that. Just something off the wall, completely different from that. And I started thinking about that, and I was driving and started to drift and ended up getting a ticket. So I kind of
David, let's talk.
Oh boy, that would be.
I just ran into what could I do with mouse, because unless you're talking about something branching into the Rescue Rangers, how can you do something to make an attractive mouse character to go along with your cat?
It can be done. It can be done.
Oh, I'm sure.
Let's talk.
You're more of a master than I am at that. But I'm also thinking of maybe the coloring wise, like a marker type thing. So
okay, hey, I've got something that might fit into this conversation. Let's see if I can find it. I mean, you can ask the next question if you want, but I'm going to find something that's related to what we just talked about here.
Okay. Which sci-fi or fantasy novel that has not yet been made into a movie would you like to see done?
Chronicles of Amber.
By Roger Zelazny, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would make a great series of. I think it'd have to be done as movies to get the special effects right. although it might be able to be done as a TV series, a series of miniseries. But Chronicles of Amber, definitely.
There's another series done by Timothy Zahn, the Dragonback series. I would like to see that done as a series. It's basically about it's a 6-issue, a 6-book series that deals with a symbiote that bonds with I want to say I think he's like 14, 15-year-old, and it basically creates like a tattoo over his body, and what he can do is call it out, and like if he gets in trouble or something, he can call out, and the tattoo comes alive and becomes something that can actually leave his body, and it's an alien lizard, dragon lizard type being, but he can only be out for a certain amount of time, and then it has to go back in. And what they did was each book had a theme. One was like dragon and thief, one was dragon and slave, one, there was 6 different themes on that, where he's trying to find out. The overall theme of the book is, what happened. These dragons came to our area to, basically, move into our universe and cohabitate with us, but they got betrayed and their hosts got destroyed and most of them got wiped out. So the overall theme of the story is, what's happening and how they got to that point. And sometimes it took the boy, having to go in and get into this slave area to try and find out answers that related to the main story. It was very well written. It was more written for like the maybe 16-year-old junior reading stuff, but it was fascinating for adults. I would love to see that series get made into, either a series or a movie or something like that. I think it was done really well.
So if it's fantasy, I would go with the Lloyd Alexander books.
Yes,
I know they were. Yes, I know they were done.
That was what I was gonna say.
They were done poorly by Disney with the Black Cauldron adaptation, but I think that that was 30 years ago or longer.
Garion. That was the one I was going to say. Is the Belgariad series.
My daughter read those.
And the Malorian.
So those are generational. I think they're still in print, and so they have a huge audience, and you could do them before all of the tropes get absorbed in other media and they become too been there, done that. Then I would do those. And if not, if we're going science fiction, then I would want John Scalzi's Old Man's War, which is more like a modern. It's like a modern Heinlein sort of thing.
Okay.
So,
how about you, Tommy?
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an answer for you.
I thought you were going to say, I don't read books.
Yeah. I haven't read anything in a long time.
I haven't really read for the past, 15 years I've been printing comics for everybody. When do I have time to, when do I want to read any books?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of some of the books that I read before all this, and most of them have been made into movies, and I'm like,
How about the Fuzzy series?
What is the Fuzzy series?
Little Fuzzy and
H. Beam Pipers.
Yes. A bunch of fuzzy books. It's about a guy who lives on a planet, and he runs across this indigenous species of sentient little fuzzy people who look like a cross between teddy bear and what would you say, Tom? Cross between
they're Ewoks is what they are. And
they're kind of Ewok-y people.
Took those and took the juice out of that.
Right. And the big bad corporation wants to mine the planet, which would disrupt and destroy the habitat that the fuzzies live in. And it's up to this guy to take
That was
it all the way to
Avatar,
the-
wasn't it? They made a movie out of that.
Yeah,
Right.
well, where do you think
They
Avatar
call it
got
bigger.
it?
Okay. Next
All right.
question. Which was the better movie?
Oh.
Battlefield Earth or Starship Troopers?
Oh, Starship Troopers.
I
That's
never
my
saw
turn.
Battleship Earth, so I'll have to go with Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers is hysterically funny.
Yeah, I liked the book. See, that was a book that I read. So yeah, so I actually liked the Starship Troopers.
Wasn't Battlefield Earth supposed to be one of the worst movies ever made?
Yeah, with
It
John
was
Travolta
kinda-
with
it
the
was
little
kinda funky.
hose out of his nose.
Yeah, it was a little
But wasn't
funky.
wasn't it also like a Scientology textbook?
Yes.
Hmm.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah, it was.
Scientology.
It was intended to kind of preach the gospel
Yeah.
of Scientology to people.
Yep.
But I don't think anybody got it. So it's
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
didn't
Thank
help
you.
them. It didn't help them any.
Didn't realize that at
Yeah.
all.
So
Go
going
back and
back going back two questions
Uh-oh.
to the cat and mouse thing. I have a picture here if you guys want to check it out. Do you want me to
Yeah.
add it to the screen here?
Yes.
Add to stage. All right. There we go.
Ooh.
So this is literal mouse.
Literal mouse.
Yes, literal mouse.
Wow, that's
Sweet.
very
see.
Frank Millerish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
She's a mouse
that's a mouse. Yep.
with a tail and everything.
Very nice.
Bingo.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. It's playful. It's fun. It has a
Yeah.
great angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool. That is very cool.
Yeah, it took me a minute to parse it, but once I did, it really, yeah, it works.
so anyways, so David, let's talk.
It's just a thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Silverline,
Oh,
which character of all the Silverline characters is most likely to end up as a Silverline mascot?
oh, I know.
Mascot?
Mhm.
Lil Roland.
Demon.
Demon. I vote Demon.
Yeah, I've told that to Roland many times. I think Demon should be the main guy.
Mhm.
It won't be. Roland's
Yeah,
not listening, is he?
I would have to agree. I think that's right. Yep.
Oh, he'll listen to this at some point or another.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
fairly
I didn't say anything then.
He's fairly iconic. I think your other option is cat or mouse. Again.
Yeah, but you see, you got to have one mascot. So would you choose cat
Oh,
or
if
would
it's
you
a-
choose mouse?
I would maybe go with mouse. She's got more personality.
I would go with Demon because Demon is fun,
Mhm.
and he's likable, and despite the fact that his name is Demon.
Demon? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
that
always
people-
at every show you got to explain that. You go, who's that guy? That's a demon. Is
Right.
he a demon? No.
Right, 'cause are your comics satanic?
Yeah. No.
No, he's a veterinarian.
He's a
That's
veterinarian.
right.
Yeah, no. So as characters go, he's pretty much the stick out character, I would say.
Why's he
Yeah,
got the funky tails with the little? Yeah, I know. I don't know. Roland came up with it when he was 5. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got his
As I'm
picture.
sitting here with working on a page that has 7 demons on it, 7
Really?
panels with demons on it.
Real demons.
Yeah, there he is.
No,
There he is.
demon
There he is.
from Silverline.
There he is.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
There's our. Oh, we're gonna go.
I think he'd make a great
Oh,
mascot.
Paul
Yeah.
Pelletier demon.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You- you- you
that's
can-
the
you
book
can
I'm
also-
working on.
You can also make him easily iconic, like very graphic and simple.
Very stylized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he'd stick out like a sore thumb very quickly.
Make
Then
him
you
like
could- you could make a
cheeky
big-
emoji.
Yeah, I think I
question
did one
is-
for somebody.
The question is if you're gonna just put him there in a superhero green outfit, or are you gonna throw him in the trench coat and make that your icon?
Yes,
With the hat and
Yes.
everything.
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
of
both.
them. Yeah.
I like
I
this.
was thinking you could, just the suit would be pretty easy to make. I would think.
Yeah.
If you were going to have him at your show, if he was at your booth, if you wanted to do that kind of mascot, I didn't know which mascot you actually meant, like the mascot of Silverline or the mascot at a show, standing there taking pictures with people.
Yes, like the corner box mascot or the performing mascot.
The mascot for Silverline.
I think both.
And in the costume at shows. I think both. Yes.
I think both.
Demon, because
didn't you know, Tommy, that Roland has ordered a costume for you to wear at the costume?
No, I know he's talked about it, but no.
Does it come with a pole?
Oh, with the pole dance, with the twerking stuff. Yeah.
I think fans would love to have their picture taken next to the demon.
I think so too. I think that's an awesome idea. We'll make Roland in the hot suit. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, he's a character. I think
he could also make a really good stuffy too.
Yes.
A plush toy. Yep.
Yep.
I think he's had them made before. Little simple versions of the little plush versions of this stuff. I wish he'd jump on real quick. He could tell us. Yeah, he's had one made.
All right, new question. We're gonna have time for 2 more questions here.
All right.
Who would you prefer to face off against? And you can't say neither.
Oh.
Alien or Predator?
Oh. I'm gonna go.
Doesn't matter. Both of them would kill me in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the first guy killed in either one.
I'm thinking Predator
I'm a
because
red
that's
shirt
actually
in that movie.
you could talk you could reason with him, but the alien thing is a monster. So I don't know.
I would rather be ripped to pieces than have eggs laid in my belly.
Yeah.
I think we'd have to go with Predator because you actually have a fighting chance.
Well, yeah, Arnold fought with him.
Not much, but you do.
But if you manage to fall into a mud puddle and you cover yourself with mud,
he can't even see you.
Then he can't see you. You have a fighting chance of escaping. You have a little bit,
right?
But then the other thing is,
or if you didn't even move,
and if you are a person of noble character, then the Predator will allow you to go. Right?
See, he's got the history there, so he knows what's. But no, Tom is right. You're going to lose regardless of whichever.
Yeah,
one.
I think
Tom and
I
Rob
think I survive. I probably get 5 minutes longer with Predator.
Yeah, because you can talk to him for a minute video.
Yeah, right.
I don't want slime on me anyway.
I'm dead either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, one last question, and then this is a biggie. Okay.
All right.
Drum roll.
Is a hot dog a sandwich or not?
Oh, it's a taco.
Is a hot dog
a sandwich or not?
Taco.
Yes.
It depends on if the back is broke open or not. Because then it's a sandwich, but if it's still closed, it's a taco.
Anything between 2 slices of bread, even if it's not cut all the way through, is a sandwich.
Oh, Rob's gonna go.
Because there's and for that matter, if it's just 1 slice of bread, that's an open-faced sandwich, right?
Right.
It's still a sandwich.
The bread makes it a sandwich, and a hot dog bun is still bread.
It is bread.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you're putting chili on it and all kinds of other stuff, does that still make it a sandwich?
Yes.
Cheese sauce.
An open-faced sandwich has gravy on it.
Yeah, it's a smothered sandwich. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's a sandwich.
All right, you go to Subway sandwich, and they should have split it down the middle.
Yeah.
And it's not. Is that a sandwich or a taco?
Yes.
It's a sandwich.
This is.
So a hot dog, if you're going by that, it's a hoagie. It's that's connected.
A taco is an open-faced sandwich.
Rob and Tom is correct.
Now, what type of tacos are you guys talking about? Soft shell tacos or hard tacos?
It would have to be soft shell to be a sandwich.
Okay.
Do not believe
so you're saying a soft shell taco is a sandwich?
So it's a soft shell taco a sandwich.
It has to be bread.
What's a burrito?
A flour tortilla would work.
That's like a round
sandwich.
tube thing.
That's a hidden sandwich.
That's a hidden sandwich.
That's a wrap.
A wrap.
Yeah,
burrito is
kind of a sandwich too.
So what was the original question? Is a hot dog a sandwich or a what?
We're not.
Or a taco.
This is a huge debate. about 50-50 people will say hot it is, and 50% will say
just because it looks like a taco doesn't make it a taco. It's still a sandwich.
I don't think it's a taco, but I have a hard time with it being a sandwich. I just have a hard time with it.
Go back to the origin of what a sandwich is. It was the Earl of Sandwich. People ate bread with their fingers. They ate meat with their fingers. Suddenly, the Earl of Sandwich. And this is the story. I don't know if it's true or not. But anyway, he took a piece of bread, put the meat on it, and made a sandwich. That's why it's called a sandwich. The Earl of Sandwich did it. So it has to be bread in order to be a sandwich.
Yes.
That makes sense?
So answer that same question is if you take a platter and you put it down and you put the bread separate, you put the meat in a stack and you put the toppings, but you never at any point combine them. If you eat them individually, is that still considered a sandwich?
No.
It's deconstructed sandwich.
Right. Yeah, it's like an IKEA sandwich.
It's a potential sandwich.
What if you took a piece of white bread and you only had one piece and you folded it in half and still put your bologna and cheese in there and you ate it like that?
It's an open-faced sandwich. It only takes one pice of bread because the original sandwich was probably just one piece of bread.
Right.
So so the bologna, we're saying bologna in essentially most hot dogs just bologna. So
more or less.
Yeah. So there you go. That we have solved the mystery of the world. It is.
Do you guys want to know what the Google says?
Oh, we don't.
What does Google say?
So apparently the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council says a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Well, they are wrong. Google can be
wrong.
Yeah, they're biased.
This is the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
It's just
don't be mad. You go to a hot dog vendor and you say, "Give me a sandwich."
They're just trying to distinguish themselves.
Right. Look,
it's Barb losing it over there.
It's a
it's the Hot Dog Council. How serious can we take that?
Oh, wait. But the history of the hot dog reveals a different answer, though. Charles Feltman, a German immigrant who came to America as a teenager in 1856, is said to have invented the hot dog when he put them in elongated buns. And it looks like it might be a sandwich.
Turned into a sandwich after all.
There we go.
The big hot dog.
I'm telling you.
Because kielbasa is Polish for sandwich.
Kielbasa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kielbasa is a sausage.
It's a sausage sandwich.
Good one, Tom.
I thought we had it.
I think you yanked his leg a little
I'm going to make
too hard
one
on
observation here to you guys. The most passionately debated questions on this hour were all about food.
Yes.
What does that say about it?
And I'm still on a hot dog and a donut now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why most of us don't stand up. Most of us don't stand up.
That's right. Here we go. We'll talk like this.
Visible from the neck up.
So now, if you're in the States, here's your next challenge. You have to have a Krispy Kreme hot dog.
Oh, they do have bacon topped, which just bacon and maple syrup topped.
Oh, I'll bet that's good.
This is like Ohio State Fair food.
No, you're not supposed
I have
to
not
meat
had
on
that. I
sweet.
bet that's good. Because
No
maple
meat
and
on
bacon
sweet.
go together real well.
It's like a deep fried
I'm
Oreo.
with Rob on this.
Actually,
bacon.
sausages with maple syrup are just out of this world.
Yes, I agree.
Breakfast,
they're good.
breakfast sausage for sure.
I just recently saw something about chicken and waffles. I think chicken on waffles. What is up with
It's
that?
a thing.
It's a thing.
It's okay.
I've never tried it. I've heard it.
No,
With ice
you-
cream and
but I have
gravy.
never had it.
It's okay.
It's a chain thing.
Well,
There's a
yeah,
chain
this Chipotle, no, not Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, do they have chicken and waffles? I'm trying to think. I'm not a big fan of Chick-fil-A,
I don't eat there.
so I don't know. But
I don't eat there.
Yeah, but I would think that would be the place where you would find it. But yeah, I've heard it's actually pretty good. But
We could probably do an entire podcast just on food.
On food, for sure.
Yes,
absolutely,
for sure.
Yeah, everyone
She's
has
thinking
an
down the
opinion about
line.
food.
I eat at least 3 times a day, so I'm all in.
At least 3.
Food representations
Maybe
in comic
4.
books.
There you go. I want to thank all of you guys for participating in my round robin tonight.
You're very welcome.
Yep. Anybody who's watching us, you can weigh in at
and-
any point, whether you
and
think
we
a hot
burp
dog
at
is a
the end.
sandwich. Yes.
We're going to bring out the Wampa for this whenever we're ready.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have my thing.
As we
All right,
always like to
I'll do it
say,
for you.
Make mine
Silverline. Okay.
So long, everyone.
So long.
My name is Ross Ritchie from Boom Studios, and make mine Silverline.